Good afternoon, Acorns. If you're watching this, you probably have wondered how to ride a longboard, and if you have, then you came to the right video because you're going to learn how to. First things first, you need a longboard. So if you don't know how to get one or you don't have one, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'll explain how you should get a longboard, what longboard you should get in the beginning, and what the parts of a longboard are. So take your longboard, place it in some grass, and the first thing you need to know is if you're regular footed or goofy footed. Regular footed has your left foot forward, and goofy footed just has your right foot forward. So basically you just want to place it on the grass, step up, and feel whichever one is right. Try to aim your feet in that direction of the front of the board, and whichever way feels right to you is the way that you should pretty much stand. Now after that, just come up to the board and just try to step on, feel the board. Is basically what you're doing. You just want to feel it, get used to how the board feels under your feet. You don't want to ride anywhere, you don't want to fall off. It's pretty easy just to stand on this. If you need some help, get someone to hold your hand, support you while you are stepping onto it. Now, getting onto the board, if you're goofy footed like I am, then you just come up here from the left side and you place your front foot forward and you turn like that. If you're regular footed, you want to come up from this side, place your left foot forward and turn like that. Right foot forward, turn like this. Or regular footed, left foot, right foot. And you ride this way with your feet slightly slanted but horizontal to the board. Well, I guess perpendicular. Don't ride like this. Turn your feet this way. Not like this, this way. So quarter length, bend your knees, you're ready to go. Left turn on your toes, right turn on your heels. Now when you feel comfortable with how you're supposed to step, you can always change it if it feels funky to you and try it the other way around. If that helps, then go that way. Now after you feel comfortable stepping on the board, knowing which way you're supposed to be faced, then just put it on the brick and you're ready to go. Now I would recommend putting on a flat surface, coming up the way that I taught you. So if you're goofy footed like I am, then you step 1 foot here, step 1 foot there. Place your foot right where it is behind the truck or the axle, and place your other foot on this board. You have to put it a little bit farther up because this is way too big of a stance. You need to put it like shoulder length would be the perfect fit. And then just stand on the pavement, feel it around, have someone hold your hand while you're doing this so you can get accustomed to being on not gravel. You can feel accustomed to being on concrete, on blacktop before you go out and ride. Now come to a slightly slanted road or pavement or driveway, whatever you have, and you just want it slightly slanted so it moves you but it's still safe for you. And honestly, you might want to be wearing a helmet. Now if you need someone to hold your hand, again, do so. The more safety, the better it is. Now come up to your board, a goofy, so right foot forward, left foot forward, and turn your foot. So turn it that way, and how you stop is a good time. You can either jump off. Jumping off is probably the most beginner way to stop your board. It's not the safest, but it works. You can put your foot down, and you can stop it like that. If you're going fast enough, you can slide your foot. The 3 ways to stop are basically jumping off, sliding your foot on the ground, or doing a power slide, which moves the board in a way that it breaks itself. That's a really complicated thing to do, and you need a lot of speed, so we're not going to teach you that today. Last thing you need to know is how to pump, kick, push, some other terminology that I don't use. It's pretty much how to move the board when you're on flat surface, and it's the simplest thing ever. Now you're going to use your back foot for this. There are people that like to use your front foot to kick, but it's also it's a tripping hazard. So this is the regular way to do it. You can try to do it that way if you want. If it feels more natural, do it that way. So after you got it on here, you're going to just stand on a flat surface And bend with both knees, be secure in what you're doing, have someone hold your hand while doing this if it's your first time, and kick off with your left foot. When you hop on, you're gonna automatically turn your feet, pivot it with the ball of your toe, and you're just gonna pivot it to the sideways. Have someone hold your hand while doing this if it's your first time, and kick off with your left foot. Now to do multiple kicks in a row without stopping, like going, stopping, going, stopping, all you have to do is lower your foot back down, the foot that you kicked with, and you're gonna just slide your toes across. Slide the ball of your feet across the ground, pushing with it just like a bike pedal. Yeah, just like a bike pedal. Now you're gonna pivot your foot, bring it down, push. Bring it down, push. Remember, have your foot sideways. Watch out for rocks. Pivot, push. I recommend you just going down to your local skate shop or Zoomies and picking up a Sector 9 board. Sector 9s are usually pretty cheap compared to a lot of other things, and it's a really good beginner board because they're really stiff and hard to get onto. Not hard to get onto, but they're hard when you get onto them, and they can support you. It feels more like you're stepping onto a step and not like you're stepping on a trampoline. So pretty much all you need to know is get a longer board. It has more stability. Get a maple board. Usually Sector 9 does really well with them because they're cheaper, and they're really good beginner boards. Now when you move up to other materials or other lengths or different designs, this is a bamboo board. It's very flexible, it turns really well. It's a really good board to have. It's my main board that I use now, and it's amazing. There's a lot better boards out there though, and there's a lot of different types, so go learn about the different types. You're leaving me. But yeah, the most important things are length and type of wood, type of board you're going to get. If you're just learning out and you don't have a board yet, go borrow someone's. Go borrow your friends, borrow your brothers, go borrow your sisters. Just borrow someone in case you don't want to spend the $120 on a Sector 9 or something a little cheaper. Now longboards have a lot of different parts to them. Basically there's the board, this is the part you stand on. But when you turn it over, you got two trucks, and so these are the trucks, the metal pieces, the ones that hold your wheels. Those are the trucks. Those, they determine how wide you can turn, and if you adjust this little bolt back here, it can change the whole way you ride your board. Now, in case you put bigger wheels on them, you know what wheels are. I'm proud of you for knowing what a wheel is. If you put different wheels on them, bigger wheels on them, then the wheel might touch the board, and so you have to put this thing right here called a spacer. Pretty much all you have to do is unscrew the bolts that are attached the truck to the board, and you just put a little plastic spacer that you can buy, and determining the size of your spacer will determine the ride you have. And then inside each wheel is a bearing. Bearings come in different quality, different sizes for different types of boards. For longboards, it's a standard skateboard bearing. I'm not sure what the size is, but each bearing is different. Each bearing will give you a different feel, and all bearings need to get broken into. So after you ride them for a little bit, they get warmed up, they get loose, they move better, they sustain better. So once you break them in, then they're good to go. You do need to clean them out every once in a while and re-oil the bearing, re-oil everything. Just make sure everything's good, greased up, good to go, tight, but good to go so you don't break anything. Basically, all I want you to know is that there's a board, there's two trucks that hold the four wheels. Each wheel has a bolt that goes onto the axle of the truck and has two bearings inside of it. There's the front bearing and there's the back bearing on each side of the wheel. Now, once you have all 8 bearings, you're pretty much good to go. If you swap out your equipment, make sure you're safe, make sure you know what you're doing, and look at other tutorials, look at other YouTube things. Ask someone that you know, and go take a giant hill. Go fall off your board, scrape your knee, have a good experience. Tell your friends, have fun with them, subscribe. That was what big thing. I guess it's actually probably down, what, here now? Down here? One of those two. I think it's down here. No, this is down here. Toodaloo.